So, do you want to hear about my last list for winter 2019-2020? My niche list? Then, you know what to do. Welcome back, NYC Fragrance family. My top 10 or my 10 best niche fragrances for winter 2019-2020. Yes. See, I could do this list, or I have more for this list. I'm sorry, I became a niche snob. I don't know what to say. I'm guilty as charged. It is what it is. So, I have 10 fragrances here. They're not ranked. They are from 1 through 10, 10 through 1, 5 to 10, 5 to 1, however you want to put it. They're all just fantastic. They all have their own style, their own thing, their own uniqueness. And I'm looking forward to sharing them with you. The first one that I have is 1821 Man-Made Sweet Tobacco Spirits. This tobacco fragrance, what makes this one distinct from other tobacco fragrance? The red wine note. A lot of people will say they just get red wine when they smell this. I don't know that I get just red wine. I definitely get a nice powdery, beautiful tobacco. But whatever it is that you smell, and I smell what I smell. Top 10. Or in my 10 fragrances, winter niche 2019-2020, 1821 Man-Made Sweet Tobacco Spirits. Next one, I actually won this bottle at Scent Explorer, so I'm not in any pressure to give it any props, and not that I'm ever pressured to give anything props, but I don't even have to review it. I don't have, I won it. But I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. And the fragrance is from Olfactive Studio, and it is Flashback in New York. See that? And this one, people are saying smells relatively close to Le Labo Santal 33. Me personally, I'm not sure about that. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with Santal 33 as much as I probably should be, being that I am into the fragrances like I am. But all I know is the experience I had wearing this. People asked about it. It's just a beautiful fragrance. It just is. It just wore well. Nice leather fragrance. It just worked with my skin chemistry. I enjoyed it while I was wearing it all day, and I look forward to wearing it again this winter. Flashback in New York from Olfactive Studio. Caught me by surprise. I don't know much about this brand, and this is probably my first experience with the brand, and we're off to a good start. The next one I don't have a full bottle. I have this travel set, but it's from the company BOIS 1920. And it's called Dolce di Giorno. You see, it comes with these 3 travel sprays. This is the equivalent to 50 mLs of it, which I got at a very good price. The brand is from Italy. A lot of people make the mistake of calling it Boies, B-O-I-S, but it actually is BOIS, which is Bottega Italiano Spiga. It's an acronym, which means it is an Italian lavender-based company. Their original fragrances were based on lavender. Well, I'm digressing on the history of the company. If you want to see a full review on this fragrance, leave in the comments below. I would do that. This one here is a gourmand lover's treat. It's a sweet fragrance, beautiful for the winter, very simplistic, very easygoing, and I don't think that there's too many people that'll smell this that enjoy sweet fragrances that will not enjoy this one. Kind of messing up the flow, I know, with the box, but it is what it is. Let me take one out. Maybe that'll change the look a little bit. I don't know if it'll stand by itself. And there we go. The next one from the house of I-O.KO 1954 is I-Egocentric. Now this one, a lot of people say smells close to Tuscan leather. It is definitely a beautiful leather fragrance. It's so opulent. You know, when I met Enzo Gallardi in Milan, and he went over both brands, I-O.KO 1954 and Antica Firenze, up and down the line, just great fragrances. Another one in this line, I Patchouli, is another one I would definitely recommend trying out and checking out. If you want, get a sample set or sample sets of both lines from D'or Perfumes. I'll leave that link below. They are, I believe, the one retailer that carries this in the US. There may be another, I'm not 100% sure, but I know D'or for sure because that's where I had gotten my samples when I originally discovered this brand. I-O.KO 1954, I-Egocentric. The next one, we would consider this an indie house, and I put a little dent in this bottle. Imaginary Authors, Memoirs of a Trespasser. Here you got the beautiful Madagascar vanilla, Gaiac wood. It's got that smokiness, it's got that burnt caramel type thing going on. It's just, to me, very seductive. It's a great fragrance. You know, it's the only one I have from the house in a full bottle. I do have samples and decants of others. You know, Josh Meyer makes some really good quality fragrances. Very interesting fragrances. The concept of the brand is fantastic. And for under $100, you get a full bottle. So they are definitely something worth checking out. You don't have to blind buy. I'd suggest getting the samples from Imaginary Authors first, and then you'll figure out which ones you want. But don't get mad at me if you end up buying all of them, because they are pretty damn good. The next one I've spoken about before, and people probably know it's one of my favorites, and here I'm going to show you this little 50 ml bottle, which I'm not proud of, but Xerjoff Lira. Now, of course, I need the 100 ml bottle, I know, but I have something to wear, and I have loved it since I sampled it. It is just a caramel delight. It is a beautiful fragrance, perfect for the winter, and I can't wait to wear it. Not much else to say. Well blended, well crafted. Xerjoff does make some of the best fragrances out there. And you know, when I flip the camera around, I got the Xerjoff logo up on the wall. So you know how I feel about Xerjoff. Unfortunately, I don't own so many bottles of Xerjoff fragrances, but I do have, and have sampled and have tested them. And slowly but surely I'll start to add some to the collection. I have now, I believe, 2 Xerjoffs. Looking to add a third sometime soon. Anyway. Now, brand fragrance that I've pushed, and I put it in my 3 tiers of amber. But for the winter, and you're going to see the last 4 fragrances here pretty much have the same kind of vibe. 3 out of the 4 are amber fragrances. And this one is Elisire's Ambre Nomade. Check that out. You see that crystal cap, beautiful bottle. This one is just a pure elegant amber. It's just fantastic. Very oriental-like, beautiful amber fragrance. I've met the brand owner a few times. I've experienced the line of Elisire. This is my favorite from the house. There's another one, I believe it's called Desire. Comes in a gold bottle. That's next. I'm going to have to add that one next. But anyway, that is, for the winter 2019-2020, one of the best fragrances that I could recommend to you to get, for you to try, and for you to wear. Elisire's Ambre Nomade. The next one you've probably seen me talk about also before, if you're fans of the channel. Masque Milano's Tango. Now, Cecile Zaroff is one of my favorite perfumers that I've discovered as of late. with Tango, with Ani, with private label by Javoy. I'm anxiously waiting to smell Cafe Cabanel. I still haven't, but I should be getting my nose on it very shortly. She just makes some fantastic fragrances, and there's nothing, you know. I hope to meet her in Milan at Essence this year. This way we could talk about some of these fragrances and her mindset and how she came about creating them. And the next one is from my current favorite niche house. Sorry for everybody else that doesn't like the fact that I'm saying they're my favorite niche house and they're not. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. From the house of Nishane comes Fanny Flames. This one, now, this is almost ironic. I'm not a big fan of coconut in a fragrance, but the coconut here is not prominent. This is another sexy, seductive, beautiful fragrance that you have to get your nose on. Have to. If you are a fan of anything that I've talked about here today, this is something you definitely have to smell. The coconut is there. Some people will say it's prominent. For me, it's not. For me, it's just everything else that goes with it. The smokiness, that like very close, seductive thing going on. Very much like the way I feel about Imaginary Author's Memoirs of a Trespasser. Kind of what I would also get from Tango, but not so ambery. This one does it in its own way. It's got a richness to it too, with vetiver and some dark notes as well. Fantastic fragrance, and glad that I picked this one up. Fanny Flames by Nishane. And the last one, another one that I had to hunt down because it's not readily available, and not much from this brand is readily available, and you'll have to seek them out. And they make some of the best fragrances as far as I'm concerned. I've tested quite a few of them. And it is Rania J's Amber Loup. Now, for everybody else on the list that wants to hear that they have the best amber, I know I'm gonna upset some people, but this here just has something just a little more. It's so close, because this right here has been my favorite amber, and I just love doing that. It's such a fantastic fragrance. But I don't know, it's the Amber Loup has something. I don't know if it's a little smokiness that's in it, or it's maybe a little drier. I don't know. There's something that distinguishes this from this. But let me put it this way: I'm not mad at wearing either one. I love ambers. So if I get to wear this one or I wear this one, it's going to be fantastic. And you really can't go wrong with either one. The price points are relatively the same. I believe though you get, I don't know, this is much harder to get. You could probably get your hands on Mas Milano's Tango much easier than Rania J's Amber Loup. I was able to get this through Lucky Scent on the website. The Lucky Scent bar here in New York does not have it. I don't know if they have it now, but when I went there, they did not have it. So, these are my top 10, or my 10 favorite niche fragrances for the winter 2019-2020. Any thoughts, any opinions? I know there's people out there that are probably like, I don't like this one, or this is better than this one. I get that. It's my video, and I put together what I want, and hopefully you get some value out of it. These are the 10 fragrances that I want to wear for winter 2019-2020. Will I get to wear all of them as often as I might like? Probably not, because I do test a lot of fragrances, and I think I have about 40 or 50 this winter that I still need to test that I have not worn. You know, it's the problems that come from being a reviewer and being somebody that's into fragrances as much as I am, and how I've gotten into this whole thing, and I'm putting my time into it. hopefully I get through some of these samples really quick, and I get through these decants really quick, and I can get back to wearing some of these. So, NYC Fragrance family and new viewers, thank you for stopping by. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I'm going to try to link as many of these as I can below. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And remember, if you smell good, you feel good. Have a nice day.